This is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Welcome to Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Crimson Tide. This place is charged up and ready for a big game today. And wow, do we have a fun one here ahead. A top 10 team walking into the snake pit of an environment just trying to get out alive. This will be fun, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the 11th ranked team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Ball handed off. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. He'll try a pass here. That's a bullet, but it's incomplete. On the opening drive, they face a tough 3rd and 7 here. We go with a direct snap. And runner brought down, but looks like there's a flag on the field. Let's see what this is about. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And the defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's 4th down. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Keeping it on the ground here. Some hard running there through a tackle. Tough running to avoid a loss. It just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? They're going to run it here. But the gain is just 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and 9 now. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Bringing pressure on the junior. Gets home, making a sack there.
Interesting call here by the defense in their dime set with 6 defensive backs. Instead of manning up and applying pressure on the receivers, they sit back. Make it tougher on the quarterback. Make him have to read their zone coverage. He gets confused and allows the defensive line to get to the quarterback.
Comes the Alabama offense onto the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Powering through the defender. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play.
Well, you can just feel the home crowd standing on their feet when this running back had a chance to start to accelerate downfield. They know exactly what this guy is capable of doing and that he can flat out go. He took off on that one.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Oh, it's a reverse. What do he score here? And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, tie.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And is fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Missouri offense back out onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Fights off a defender. And he crosses the 30. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground. We knew that tackling was going to be a huge factor today, Kirk. They don't bring him down, and the result is a big gain.
Yeah, where's the form tackling? I know it's a lost art in today's game. Sometimes these guys just come in with their shoulders and just try to bring you down with power and speed, but they've got to do a much better job if they have any chance of slowing this back down or trying to use their arms to pull him down.
That's an important first down on that running play. Handoff here from the shotgun. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented. It shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And the back now goes in motion. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up fourth.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
They're going to go for it, try to keep the drive going. 4th down and 7. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. He's escaping the pocket now. And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Timeout, Alabama.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking to scramble. Going to try to use his legs here. The defense will wrap him up, but he's able to scramble for a first down and keep the drive going.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
They'll test the right side here. The ball is free in the backfield. Defense recovers the fumble. Big take.
Chris, at the risk of stating the obvious, in these conditions, the ball carriers have got to do a better job of securing the football, because if that ball gets away from you, chances are it's going to get on the ground and a turnover.
Now, it looks like the head coach made a smart move in that challenge. Officials are going to overturn their previous ruling after getting a look at that replay. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Receiver makes the catch. Defense will make the stop, and it will probably be the final play of this opening quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Alabama 7, Missouri 0.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. And someone on the line there moved a bit early. Offense gets a 5-yard penalty. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Quick completion to the tight end. That's a big gain deep into plus territory. They'll spot it near the 30.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Okay, it's 3rd down after that run. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Caught near the sticks. It's Sullivan. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that 1st down.
Looks right for a quick completion. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here, they were determined to stop the run. The problem is, leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open, the quarterback makes the right throw. And look at these yards.
6-9-1, Gators score.
And the wideout goes in motion. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Off target with a throw, incomplete. Crucial. 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Grab behind the line. It's Jefferson. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
Well, these guys clearly weren't even thinking about a field goal on this one. They know that field goals won't win a game like this anyway, so be aggressive. And now it's 1st and goal.
Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly. Slide 22.
On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
Here we go, back in the red zone. 0 for 2 scoring touchdowns here so far, and it's 3rd and goal. Try to make it with a quarterback sneak.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive, you're this close, inside the 3-yard line, you got to come away here with a touchdown.
No surprise here. The coach has got the offense on the field. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
What a play by the defensive back here. You have no idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain. The defense is reacting to the offense. The offense knows exactly where they're going when they're running their route. The defender has to try to be very careful to keep his footing underneath him. Sounds simple, but it's not. To come up with that interception while doing that, and that is a big-time play.
So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a 4th down trot. Can they get something going here? We'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. And the same runner's got it again. Tackle made, but there's a flag down on the field. So that offensive penalty will be declined by the defense. They're happy to take the result of that play. Backed up on 3rd down. Let's see what the call is here. They'd love to get some room for the punter. Gets the first and still running. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Well, that gain will give them some breathing room. What a good job of being able to get them out of that hole. They're inside their own 5-yard line. And on the other hand, the defense, what a missed opportunity. You had them pinned back, a chance to really, at the very least, affect field position, and now you give up a big gain like this.
Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
We'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Breaks the tackle, gets into the clear. And that gained enough for a fresh set of downs, spotted at the 48. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Makes a nice move there. Breaking free at the 35. Good execution. Gets a block and gets the 1st down. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Got space, looking to score. And he will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
Handles the tricky footing, and the PAT is good. The PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. He'll start at the 25. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. Looking to throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. And this one is caught. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone, and he's got the savvy and instincts to be able to find that soft spot in the zone, make a catch, and be dangerous after the catch as well.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's looking to make a big play downfield. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. See if the coach tries it again later, maybe in the second half.
So the ball placed right at the 50. Offense looking to pick up the first down here on 3rd and short. Pass ball is incomplete, but there's a flag. Will it keep the drive alive? Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Time running down. Just one play left here in the half. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. Returner decides to field it. To be tackled at the 21. That's good work by the coverage team. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. We get the second half started with the running play. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. Here comes the up-tempo offense. And at first down, they go right back to him. Breaks loose at the 45. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Oh, here comes the reverse. A change of direction.
I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands. I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll try the right here. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Missouri. And they go in front here in the second half.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point makes the lead 14-7. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. The ball carrier taken down, but there's a flag on the field. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Looking for his back. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, drops back. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down? Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver makes the grab. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up.
Great job here by the defense. 3rd down and long. You drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this 4th down. Great job here by the D.
Talk about aggressive. The head coach keeping the offense on the field inside their own 30. Needs a completion here on 4th down. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? And again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here. We'll see if the defense can. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Inside the 20. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
Tied offense line up here on 1st and goal. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's swarmed by the defense.
Chris, I always talk about this. You can always gauge a team's toughness as a group by how willing they are to tackle with their corners. Here, the corner shows you he's not just out there to cover, does a good job of being physical and making that play.
2nd and goal play. Spot the ball at the 9. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
And the offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Pass caught. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Kicking team out for the PAT try. He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the 3rd period. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. Finding some room at the 25. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. He'll ride the back again here. That run takes it across the 30-yard line.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Fights through the tackle. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
Boy, Chris, to me, the defense looks like they're dropping back in zone coverage, worried about a pass play here on 3rd down. Instead, the offense elects to run the ball, catches them off guard, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
This Missouri offense is moving quickly down the field. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Dump ball's caught by the running back.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there. It'll cost him 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Receiver makes the catch. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball at the 44.
Boy, a nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it. Pass ball is incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. We'll check that out. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Off the play fake. Looking to throw the football. Fires it to the wideout. There's a wide open receiver complete. Big gain across midfield. Tackle finally made to the 32.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
First down here for this offense.
That's the end of the third quarter. And after 3, the game is tied.
A new set of downs after that completion. Handoff running right. Finding space at the 20. Touchdown Tigers. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter. He just breaks away and takes it to the house from distance. That's an elite running back type of play.
You know, when he got out into the open field, I didn't know if he had the speed to take that thing all the way to the house, but he does. That's next level speed.
PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Powers through. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Again, makes it 2nd and medium. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Takes it out to the 44. That's good for a 1st down.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give him credit, they did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Looking to pass this time. Finds his man. It's Williams. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
The pass rush closing in. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. Send the back in motion. Off play action. He's looking to throw. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain in that play.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Important third down play coming up. That's a design quarterback keeper. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
At the 34. Offense facing fourth down.
Here we are late in a one-score game, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Trying to extend the play. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Looking for a gap. It's Jefferson. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's got some room. Can he get there? All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kirk.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Does his job with the BAT, and this ball game is tied here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Tackle made at the 29, so he picks up about 4 yards by bringing it out of the end zone. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. The gain moves the ball to the 34.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
The gain makes it second and medium. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And that is a first down gain, moves the ball to the 40.
You call a quick out on third down? I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Offense looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll hand it off. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards. They're on 1st and 10.
Second down after that previous play. Fighting off the defender. Now juke to man, but not much room to maneuver. Stopped after a small gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. Runs out of bounds near the goal line. Couldn't quite get there.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
1st and goal, clock winding down. A great chance for this offense to get a go-ahead score. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. They've got him again. Defense making it very tough down here on the goal line.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Touchdown, Missouri. They go in front in the final minute of play.
Just so impressed by this offense and the way they've executed throughout most of this day. Now with the game on the line, they deliver and give them the go-ahead score. There's enough time, though, on the clock. Your defense is going to have to go out there and make some plays to be able to win this game.
So after taking the lead, they'll kick it off here and hope the defense can hold on. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field. So here we go. They need a touchdown. Got a little time to work with. How will they play this situation? And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. He's going to bring up 2nd down.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
They've got to get points quickly here, looking for explosive plays right now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Delivers quickly to the left side. He pulls it in for a big gain. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense needs points quickly here, trying to dial up some explosive plays. Let's see what they've got called. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking for the wide out. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Play action here on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Well, you got one final shot still. I don't know if he can get it all the way to the end zone. Hey, but miracles can happen.
They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. The quarterback making some changes at the line. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. The pass is intercepted. And the defense is going to hang on here as the time runs out. Well, a really entertaining game. It came right down to the end. They made the clutch plays, and that made the difference.
Well, we knew these teams were fairly evenly matched, and you really saw them go back and forth, trade blow for blow. Excellent team win by these guys, doing what they had to do in the final quarter to come out on top.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.